Hey guys, my name's Ashley Shaw. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes today to listen to my life map, my life story, and just really how the dots connect and into what I offer and how I help people and add value. So this all started for me. The first point of my life map is really started at birth. I was basically my mom went into labor in a gym parking lot. My parents owned a Gold's Gym back in the 80s, and I was born into the fitness industry. My mom was a aerobics instructor. My dad was a bodybuilder. Everything from the full spandex get-ups to leg warmers, that was very much what I saw as a child and thought was just very normal. That my mom would teach step classes and I would go to those at a very young age, 5 years old. I hated step then. I still hate it now. Not my favorite class. But it really introduced me into the fitness culture right away. My parents were very healthy, and I just thought that that's how everyone's family was, that they got their workouts and they ate really well, and that I was the only, I guess I felt tortured at the time that I couldn't have gushers and junk food, but it was obviously all for the greater good. So that's really where my journey with fitness started. From there, the next big kind of monumental event in my life was when I was in grade 9. I lost a friend to suicide. And it was a very young age to have to deal with a ton of emotions as a kid. And it really helped, I guess, shape me to know that I had to do something. I couldn't go on each day when your hormones and your body isn't feeling like you all of a sudden. It feels kind of like this shallow hollow of who you used to be. I knew I had to make a change even at that young of an age. And that's where fitness for me, instead of it being something that I used to maybe look at as sort of this punishment, being 12 years old, looking at other people's bodies, examining your own, it really had always been sort of, although it was part of my life as a kid, it also made me really critical about who I was as a teenager. I started to eventually, it didn't happen overnight. It took, 5, 6 years from the incident happening until I was in university to really all of a sudden make this connection that I don't exercise because I want to, yeah, it would be great to change the way I look or that sort of thing. Those feelings I had definitely as a kid shape my view of exercise. But all of a sudden something changed in university where I wasn't doing it anymore for that. It all of a sudden became a necessity for me to help keep my emotions in check, to keep the endorphins there. I all of a sudden needed exercise to, help me get off medication for depression. And it really helped me realize that I had discovered this gift. It just felt all of a sudden that I was myself again and that I wasn't this shadow of who I used to be. So that's where exercise really for me, it became a necessity. It became something that I needed. I knew if I was having a bad day, exercise could change that and fix it for me. So during university, I did an English literature degree. I was a creative at heart. I just could write all day long journals and books. And I was an artist as a kid. And that's, I think, another thing that just really helped me cope. And then I did a women's studies degree as well. So I had this sort of interesting background and mix of, being this artist and then and a writer, but also knowing that fitness was at the core of everything that was really important to me. So out of university, I was working part-time at a gym, helping show people around. It really felt right. Like it felt like I was where I was meant to be. I could help people that might also be struggling with something. It didn't really matter why they had gotten there in the first place. I worked in a women's only gym, but the fact that I could help them, show them around the gym. A lot of people weren't comfortable, but I was born there. I was so comfortable there. So I could really help empathize with these people and show them the way. And that just, it felt like this dream job that I never thought was even possible. Like no one told me about that when I was getting career counseling in high school, that you could take this beautiful thing, fitness, and helping people feel better about themselves, and then you could make this like career out of it. Like it just felt like it was not even an option back then. So I kept following that path. I got certified as a personal trainer, and I started working for the largest fitness company in Canada, which was Good Life Fitness. At 21, I was managing a club, and then I was just all of a sudden doing all these things that really felt like natural and right. So I continued on with my career with fitness. I moved out to the east coast of Canada, and I was asked to be part of the training and development team. We had taken over 34 clubs out there, and all of a sudden, it was even this deeper connection with what I was loving to do. So now you combine teaching and really help simplifying things. I'm really passionate about things not being complicated. I know I work best when things are very simple. I just need to execute. And I think there's a lot of people out there that are like that as well. If things are simple, then it's easy to just follow those steps, those action steps, versus try to, you get this paralysis with analysis, and I hate that. So when I started teaching in the fitness industry, it was this beautiful combination of having the creative angle to present and to tell stories and teach, but it was all about fitness. So it was like this beautiful melody and marriage of how did I get so lucky to be doing what I love every day? So I worked in the Maritimes, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, that area of Canada. I was teaching in the training and development department, and then I moved into a district sales position out there as well. So I've been in the industry now. It's been about 12 years since leaving Good Life. I then worked for the second largest fitness company in Canada, which is Steve Nash Fitness World. And I was recruited to come out to the West Coast, which was so exciting because the East Coast, it's a battle. Like, to try to get people to exercise is really hard. Not everyone, it wasn't as easy to come by, whereas the West Coast, everyone is like on it. Like, they're into the holistic lifestyle. It's nice out here every month of the year. Shh, don't tell anyone. It really is. It's California, Canada. If you haven't been out here, you have to come. But it was just this totally different environment where everyone already works out. 87% of the population out here exercise. So it was a very different lease on fitness and how things could really be in every area of Canada if we got everyone excited about fitness. So I worked for Steve Nash, and that was for about a year as well, in a different district manager position out here. And that really helped create this bedrock of 12 years of fitness experience in various aspects of a company, really helping shape me to learn what I loved and actually what I hated and wanted to immediately quit at. So that, I think, is very, very powerful to know where is your point of passion, what do you love, and what do you want to be doing every day, so that work and life are just the same. And I really felt that through that experience of working in various positions, I was very much able to solidify that for myself. So the third point that I think is really important in my life story is that there was a blip in time where I actually left the fitness industry, left Good Life. My husband and I sold everything we owned, and we moved to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. So this was a really interesting experience because it was absolutely freeing. Like, there's nothing more freeing than what it was like there to sell all our possessions. We kept our house in Canada, but we rented it out. We sold everything in it, and we moved to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. The idea behind it is that we were really going to explore this marketing side of the world. We developed products in Vietnam, and we were able to create videos, create blog posts, and do all these things to create an online presence and sell products online. And it was an extremely valuable point in my life, because I think when you're an entrepreneur and you're an entrepreneur at heart, there's something inside of you that's telling you, you've got something more to give. You got to go out there and just put it out on the table. And I was able to have that experience. I have a very supportive husband and partner and soulmate, and we're very goal oriented, and we very much share the same goals. And this was an experience that I will absolutely never, ever forget. It really solidified for me that I am an entrepreneur, and I will try anything to be able to do what I love every day. And that was really important through this whole process of trying to figure out who I was, not only as a fitness professional, as a entrepreneur, business owner, and just who I was in my career. So that was very helpful in not only learning the online, getting my business online, the marketing side of things, and really just trying to create sort of simplicity in the process. So these two things for me were extremely important. Not only the fitness background and that love for fitness, but then also this process of marketing. How do I, get something online in order to be able to do more of what I love? Like those two things together, I think were just the perfect marriage of being able to really bring my strengths together. So as it currently sits now, I'm the president of a fitness company here on Vancouver Island. There's 8 fitness locations. I work with people that I absolutely love every day that share the same values. We live and breathe the same fiber. We all have this really deep belief that we want to help make Vancouver Island the healthiest place to live in Canada. And we live and breathe that every day, but none of this has happened by accident. All of these things, in talking about how those dots connect for me, have brought me to this very beautiful place of absolute resonance and alignment with what I love to do and how I help others. And what I love to do is I love being in the fitness world. I would work the front desk. I would do any part of it. I just love the interactions and seeing people every day just showing up and giving back to themselves. Like there's something about that feeling of just being there and welcoming them, like giving them a compliment for coming in. Like there's something that I just love about that. No matter which position I was in, I always was there for the people. And then the backside of it, or the other side of it, is that I love making things simple and teaching people. And marketing is one of those things that, as I was learning these steps in my business when I was in Vietnam, I found it very challenging because I would get this paralysis from not feeling like I knew enough of what worked to keep doing that. It almost became like pretty complicated, and that didn't feel great. So as I became more and more, I took on various roles with these various companies I've worked for, I really learned the ins and outs of marketing, which became very, very valuable in exponentially growing any business that I've since been in. And I think that that's the part that I am really excited to share with people is, how do you take something that you love and that you're deeply, deeply passionate about, and how do you turn it into something that you don't have to be part-time anymore? You can take it to a full-time level, or you don't have to just work 9 to 5 and feel like I'm never going to be fulfilled. You can take it to that next level, whether it's just wanting to be part-time, wanting to do it a couple hours a week, but really finding that sweet spot of how to take whatever it is that you love to do and be able to do more of it while making a bit of an income off of it, or making a ton of an income off of it, whatever it is that you want to do. So thank you so much for watching, and I look very forward to hearing more about you and what things would be of value to you and how I can help. So thanks so much, guys, and we'll chat with you guys soon.